A new carnivore is close to release, a new pterosaur is coming to the game, and a wacky beast from the Permian is to be showcased. So, this is all the mod news for this week in Path of Titans, so strap yourselves in and let's get right into it. We're starting off with the Exargilla Bistyversor because this dinosaur is fully complete with its tasks on the Trello board. As I'm recording it, as I've noted down here, these tasks are all done on its Trello board, and you can check that out because you can check out their public Trello board. This one has been completed for a little while though. I have been meaning to cover this one for a while, but they have also showcased a teaser for this creature as well. This was made by Reddist Panda on the Exargilla Discord server. It showcases teasers of the walking animation, some close-ups of the model, and a full showcase of it at the end with it roaring. I'll play this after this little section, not the full thing, only a little segment of it, because I want you to check it out in their Discord as well to check out the full thing. That being said, they did say it's coming soon, so hopefully that is a precursor of things to come. Now the latest update is out the way, maybe we can see some new mods rolling out soon. I recommend watching it fully though. The dinosaur itself looks really great, and it's likely going, in my eyes, to be on par with that of Daspletosaurus, maybe a little bit slightly smaller. Definitely an in-between of Daspletosaurus and Alioramus in my eyes, however, but I am excited to see how it's going to perform in-game. The large and lumbering Omesaurus, we have a bit more information on this one. If you were wondering what this is one of the sauropods with the most amount of neck vertebrae ever discovered. And in fact, this is a sauropod from the Jurassic, and it's actually, in my eyes, a dinosaur that fits quite nicely into the game because it's still easy, in a sense, in terms of its size, to be hunted by the larger carnivores in the game, like Allosaurus, Rex, Daspletosaurus, Spinosaurus, all them, and up pretty much are on par with hunting this thing because its height mainly comes from its neck, but we also know how fast this is going to be as well. It's going to be around 600 in its speed stats, which means it's going to be just less than that of Amargasaurus in its speed, so do bear that in mind. It's going to be a little bit slower. In terms of its size, we have some good comparisons, comparing it to that of the Torvosaurus by the JFD team, and I think the base game Allosaurus as well, which is the blue silhouette behind the Torvosaurus. You can see that pretty much these dinosaurs' heads go to the higher part of the shoulder in a sense on this dinosaur, so realistically they actually fit quite nicely. Lengthwise, if you compare without the neck, these two carnivores are the same length as its body, obviously excluding that really long neck there. But that is the Omesaurus, and I'm really excited for it. However, we do have one other thing to talk about from the JFD team, so let's quickly talk about that. I'm excited for this one because this is Cotylorhynchus, which is a little silly guy from the Permian period. It's coming to Path of Titans and it's coming through the JFD modding team. This is something that the JFD team have had for a while. I think before this was a mod for Jurassic World Evolution, and now of course it's coming to Path. However, I do also want to say this thing has been said, it can't defend itself. Literally, the creators of the mod were asked, how's it going to actually survive? And they responded with this. The neat part is it won't. However, no reason to not put it in. The man is funny, and there is no better reason to put him in other than that. And I really like that the developers of this mod are doing this. Like, they're accepting that this thing is just a walking meat sack, but it looks really funny, and that's why we should have it in the game. I think Cotylorhynchus is one of those creatures that everybody is a fan of just because of how silly it looks. Like, look at it. It of course is silly. But what is it? This is a weird and yet wonderful creature. It's a genus of herbivorous Caecid synapsid that lived during the late lower Permian and potentially into the middle Permian in what is now Texas and Oklahoma in the USA. This is the best known Caecid with the most remains attributed to it out of all of them, and it's also not that big. It's 4 meters long, but if you looked at it from a different angle, you'd see it's absolutely chunky, and the model in my eyes is gorgeous. It's the size of a Megalania but shorter in length, and it's very wide. They also said this about it. In an environment with dinosaurs, frankly speaking, Coty was never going to be a viable animal, and anyone expecting it to be is going to be sorely disappointed. It'll be able to hold its own against things with lower combat weight, but anything higher, it's just going to be utterly obliterated. And there's a little that can be done about that, which is fair. I mean, if you put a Stroopy up against a Rex, and they're just one-on-one fighting, the Strufy's gonna be obliterated. This thing is gonna have the same outcome as well. However, why would that stop it coming to the game? It shouldn't. So I'm very happy to see this wonderful beast come to the game, and I cannot wait for it to get here. The Arazoa modding team have revealed another creature that is coming to the game. This is a brand new upcoming pterosaur that I'm sure a lot of you here are very, very excited for. This is Tropionaphus, and this was a secret for a while, but now the model is complete and the last of the variations are being made, they can show it off. The dev said this: "We've kept this one a secret for a while, but the model is now complete and the last of the variations have been made. I thought I'd show the community. I'd like to introduce the Arazoa Tropionaphus." And I really like the model on this. The model is skinned. It has no textures or skins on it in a way. It does have the textures, it doesn't have the skin, sorry, but it looks great, and it has a bit of fuzz on the chest area, the main part of the body. It's got that long Tropio beak that we all know and love, with the details on it and everything. We can't really tell its wingspan from this image, but we can tell it's short and stubby in terms of, it's not a pterosaur with a tail, or a long one at that. And when you compare its head to its body, its head is pretty much the same size as its body. It's really interesting to note there, but I gotta say, really like it, really excited for this. I'm sure this is a pterosaur a lot of people are very excited for. And to finally round things off, we've got Pentaceratops, because we see a little bit about this as well. We see it in the character selection. This is showcasing the species Pentaceratops sternbergi, which is a species which has quills. Now, I don't know if this changes the stats, because it doesn't say it changes the stats at all, but it says it has quills. So maybe it showcases that you're going to get variations in terms of the looks of the mod. It showcases an additional skin with an orange frill and more browns along the body as well. And of course, they've also showcased some animations too. 2 animations were showcased actually. One is an attack ability or a call ability pretty much. It looks like an enraged call. Kind of looks like the sharpened horns ability that Eotriceratops has in a sense. That's what it reminds me of. Where it kind of does that like scraping sense, or one of the abilities. Maybe it could just be an aggro call. I'm not too sure. But it does look like an ability does get activated when it does it, so it's definitely an ability. That being said, we do also get to see the sitting animation. It's cute. It struggles to sit down because it's such a chunky boy, but I love it so much. It's really adorable. I cannot wait to see this one in the game. Another big Ceratopsian, and if you want to see how big this is, I recommend you check out my previous mod showcase video where I talked about a whole lot of Ceratopsians that are coming to the game. Anyways, everybody, that is that to do with all the mods today. Let me know which one you are most excited for in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.